Welcome back, I'm Ryan from Bangerz Gaming, and this is the Daily Grind, the show where I talk about something gaming related every single day. And in this episode, I think I created a masterpiece. I made a special class for the worst SMG in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, and that SMG happens to be the ARM9. And yes, I know, I already made a video about how much this gun sucks, but that was in last Prestige. I'm now Prestige 1, I tried it again, and I actually got it to work with one of its variants, the Bangerz variant to be precise. And let's throw this class up here. There we go. Now as you can see, the Bangerz variant has a permanent grenade launcher attachment on it. And that's kind of what makes this weapon work, because the SMG itself still isn't the best, but it kind of is a little bit better. Now, I don't happen to have a picture of the weapon itself, but I know that it gives it +1 handling and -1 range, and that's the two that you're seeing right there, plus the extra grenade launcher attachment, so it's fairly good. As you can see, the wildcards that I'm running are the primary gunfighter, which lets me have a third attachment, perk 1 greed, and perk 3 greed. Both of those let me have a second perk in that slot. My first perks are lightweight, so that I can run faster and get to the enemy faster, and danger close, so that those grenades from that AMR9 do a little bit more damage, and you'll see that in the gameplay. Then for perk 2, fast hands. Now, I think I'm going to be changing that out to either peripherals, which increases your radar coverage and enemies that you kill don't show up as a death to the enemy team, or gung-ho, which allows you to fire your weapon while sprinting, which would be good for the grenade launcher attachment. Pretty much you could use either of those, that's up to personal preference. And finally, in the perk 3 slot, I'm using both Scavenger and Blast Suppressor. Scavenger so that you can pick up more ammo, and I believe that this also picks up more grenades. Either way, it's good to have it. It lets you survive a whole lot longer with your own weapon. And Blast Suppressor, which makes your exosuit movements like boost jumps invisible on the enemy radar, because normally without Blast Suppressor, whenever you jump or something, a little like circle comes up on the enemy minimap, and especially if they have a peripheral perk, then you're kind of screwed. And finally we go to the score streaks, and these are mostly personal preference. I personally like to use the UAV and the remote turret. On the UAV I have support, which lets the points continue to rack up after death, because I do intend on dying a lot with this class. Extra points, which helps me get to the remote turret faster, and extra time, which helps me get more points to get to the remote turret faster. Now, on the turret, I like to have support as well, sentry, which lets it shoot on its own, and 360-degree turning head to just shoot everybody, because I play hardpoint, and on hardpoint, throw the remote turret down the middle of the hardpoint, somebody walks onto it, they just get blasted. And that's if you don't get them with your grenade launcher first. Well, that's all I got for today's daily grind. Hopefully you guys like this class if you try it out. But remember, I'm Ryan from Bangerz Gaming, and I'll see you guys in the next one.